We were doing so good without you talking to us. It was a good time. There was like a good stretch where the attention wasn't on you, and everybody was like, oh, I think this is the show.
Hey everybody. What you just saw was footage from a live performance where the result ended with me snapping at a lady for her incessant talking throughout the show. In this video, I'm going to show you the early stages of the performance where things were cordial. And then, as you'll notice the talking continues, I'm going to break down the tactics I used to tolerate it, politely discourage it, redirect it, and eventually resent it for the negative impact it had on the show, ultimately leading to a rather uncomfortable exchange. By the way, now might be a good time to let you know we do weekly videos like this all the time, so feel free to subscribe below, or if you're feeling particularly extroverted and socially unaware, you can come see me at a live show. Pop on over to drewlynch.com, grab some tickets. All right, let's get into it. This summer, I had the pleasure of doing a show at a beautiful theater in Amsterdam, Netherlands. I always start the show by making some local references about my experience there. Bonus points if I can make it self-deprecating.
I like it. I like being on a country that is sinking. That's what I like, you know? Just a ship that's going down. That's what I like. And you guys are just living here. You're like, fuck it, we have weed. We have weed, and that keeps us up. That brings us up. It balances it out. That's why I think Dutch people are so tall. You guys are growing from both ways. You know what I mean? Sinking and growing.
Just like Amsterdam, it can't be sunny the whole day. So this is where we get our first interaction with the lady in the front.
What did you say? Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it. That's my secret. Don't worry about that. No, oh my Jesus, hell.
As you can see, she is standing at the front of the stage so she can compare heights. Normally, an interaction like this is harmless, so I proceed with some silly back and forth.
I get it. I'll go in the basket of your bicycle. I got it. Probably, yeah, probably. I'm so terrified right now, honestly. We are almost the same. I know, everybody sees that. Holy shit. Please, do you mind sitting on the floor? Because it's too formidable at this time.
Sometimes it can be difficult to navigate banter with an audience member while maintaining control of the show. I'm hoping that this person understands there are conditions to our interaction, which is that it is still my job to make sure everyone has a good time. So, to gauge whether she is at least receptive to listening to me, I disguise a request in the form of a joke.
Please, do you mind sitting on the floor? Because it's too formidable at this time.
The subtext here is, I need you to sit down or else security will throw you out.
That was crazy. I've never had a girl square up to me like that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what do? I don't have weed. What do I give her?
This is something I call a bridge joke. I'm bridging the potentially awkward exchange by acknowledging what just happened and coupling it with lighthearted commentary, so the show can get back on track. But then she continues to interject.
Help! That was incredible. Thank you. Appreciate that. Do you know her? No. No? All right.
The subtext here is, does anyone claim this person? Is this normal? The audience can tell that this is a bit of an unconventional start, so I try to still keep things friendly by saying,
What's on your shirt here? What's on your shirt down there at the thing? Yeah, what is this? Okay. You had all the answers before. Why don't you know now? What's this on their shirt? The thing, the lady on your shirt. What is this? Oh my God. All right. I'm pointing at the only thing on your shirt right there that's there on your shirt.
I'm getting frustrated here because she unknowingly is dragging the show down by dodging my questions. I asked a simple question about her shirt, which, again, does not require her to stand up.
See, this is why I didn't go to your museum. You understand? I didn't want to be like, what's this? And she's like, what are you fucking talking about? That's a painting. What's on my shirt? This is designs. See how easy that was? Look at that. Because it's my shirt, and I put it on.
You not stand up. Me stand up.
Yeah, I love that. You say what? Do I want to measure it? I mean, not really, but I will. I have a feeling that you would take me. That's what it feels like. I feel like she would take me. She would shove me right in her cleavage and make a run for it. Get on her way to the bike. No, see, that's what I'm afraid of. No.
What's happening here is one of the worst things that can happen to a show. The audience applauds after watching me navigate an awkward dialogue and funnel it to an exit point, while the person I'm talking to is confusing the applause for encouragement. So she thinks we're a duo now.
That's almost a confession. We almost have a confession. So my wife, she called me after there's good that they have candles. I didn't see how sexy the vibe was from your angle until I just looked, and so now a lot of the interactions make sense. I can't even blame you for wanting to take me. It's the aromas. You're not in your right headspace right now. This isn't your fault.
Another bridge joke. Still trying to be diplomatic and find something else to talk about, like candles. Eventually, I'm able to get into some material and get the show back on track with, surprisingly, an abortion joke. I'm not going to tell it now. You can come see me in person if you want, but it's not long before the Dutch oven's timer goes off once again.
Wasn't sure how that would go in the Netherlands, honestly. Didn't know if we were pro here. Thank you. Does the town mayor come to all the shows, or is it just this one? She sizes up the comedians. Knee high. Good. Be this tall to perform on the stage. Go. Good. She's just a lifeguard. Next. Nice. Go. Next.
The feeling in the showroom has changed. This is the first time that I took a shot at how disruptive she's been. I tried being friendly, which got the show nowhere, and so now my boundary has become more rigid. The next part of the show is very vulnerable for me because I opened up to the audience about my softball injury and why I stuttered for so many years.
That's what happened to me. I had a softball injury. And I explained this. Good. Good. You don't need to tell me everything you do know and don't know. I'm just going to assume you know. You know everything at this point. So, gotcha. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So,
as you can see, the audience is pretty well over the interruptions, to the point where they're becoming vocal about it. But the next part is where I lose my cool. Before I go on, I just want to say, some comedians are much better at tuning this type of stuff out than I am. I find it really difficult to not get distracted and not feel compassion to the person sitting next to this lady in the front row who just came to see a show. A performance needs rhythm and it needs momentum sometimes, and the fact that this one never really felt like it was ever on track is what led me to snap at her. Here we go.
You say what? We were doing so good without you talking to us. It was a good time. There was like a good stretch where the attention wasn't on you, and everybody was like, oh, I think this is the show. And you think I don't pay attention, but when you're not talking, then you're talking to that guy. I'm like, holy shit, we gotta find a buddy system for you out in the hallway or something. You say what? No, you shouldn't leave. You should just do you see what everybody else is doing? Fucking do that. She's like, you don't know her? Oh my God, I thought she knew you and she was like talking to you, but now that I know she doesn't know you, it makes it so much worse. She's like talking to him. I was like, is she selling him something? What is going on? I'm sorry, it's just when you're this close to me and I'm talking and people are talking, it makes me stutter. I can't I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to fucking push that shit down, you know what I mean? And then you're talking and I'm like, it's about to come back and this show's about to be so much longer and I don't want that. I'm trying to get you home before the rain returns. So that's it. I'm trying to get you home, all right?
So there you have it. Before we go, I just want to talk about how I could have handled this situation better. I probably could have just told her to be quiet flat out, or I could have had the security guard kick her out, or maybe I could have been less sensitive to the fact that when she wasn't talking to me, she was talking to the person next to her. But I think that there's a small part of my ego that needs to make sure everybody is happy and had a good time and that I was liked. And had I had a do-over, I would have put more effort into firmly quelling these outbursts much earlier in the show to make for a better show. Above all, I just wanted to give people in Amsterdam, a place I don't visit that often, a good time. Every experience is a learning experience for performer and audience alike. And so, if you do see this video, Tall Duchess of Nether Regions, I forgive you for your patterns and hope that this video taught you something like it did me. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you sticking around. This was a long one, but feel free to subscribe below for more content weekly, and come see me on tour, drewlynch.com, if you want. Bye.